Xbox and Microsoft is gearing up for a June showcase that will focus and show off some exciting Xbox Series X features. Let's take a look at what the next generation has to offer. Welcome everybody and thank you for joining me for another gaming news video. The second Xbox showcase is just around the corner and will take place in the month of June. With the May showcase now officially behind us, we did get to see a new library of third-party games that will be on offer for the Xbox Series X, and now is the time to take a look at what exactly the month of June will have in store for us. June has always been the month of E3 where Xbox and PlayStation would go to show off the best of what their consoles has to offer, and this June will be no different, with rumors circulating that PlayStation will have an event in early June. Xbox will almost certainly pull out all the stops for their event. We already know that the July showcase will focus on first party games and everything Microsoft have been working on, but the event in June will focus more on the Xbox Series X itself. June will be a hardware focused event and will take us deeper inside the Series X and show off exactly what this console will be capable of, and I think that direction will be welcomed by most who choose to game on the Xbox console. As I've mentioned in previous videos, now is the time for Xbox to show us exactly how powerful their console will be, show us how AAA games will run better on your console, and give us a reason why we need to go with the Xbox Series X next generation. Now this is an event where Microsoft will put more focus on the services that they have on offer, so we could see them go deeper into Project Xcloud. Now this is a service that is still in the preview phase, but we do know Microsoft have big plans for gaming on the cloud and has a vision of bringing Project Xcloud to the Xbox Series X and create a game library that runs like Netflix. The goal is to create a game platform where games is accessible to you without having to install or do any downloads first. We could also see them go deeper into Xbox Smart Delivery and Xbox Game Pass and showcase what is next for those services. Xbox Game Pass is a service that has grown a lot over the last few years and not too long ago celebrated 10 million subscribers, so it would be interesting to see where they decide to take those services next. I have made a video on what Xbox has to offer. If you are interested, I will put the links down in the description. Features like dynamic latency input and ray tracing has also been a big focus point for Microsoft this generation, so we could see some more focus from Xbox on that front. If they do, I expect them to showcase some games and show us how those features will be incorporated and give the gamers an overall better experience. Now the Xbox June event will not be the Xbox E3 digital replacement that has been pushed back for the July showcase, but June will still be very interesting and show us some exciting things that Microsoft have been working on, and one of those things Microsoft have been working on is the Xbox Velocity architecture. Now the Xbox Velocity architecture unlocks new speed and performance capabilities through the groundbreaking capability combination of hardware, a custom 1TB SSD, CPU and a deep software integration that makes for a richer and more dynamic living worlds unlike anything that we've ever seen before. Also, it allows us to play our games with almost no interruptions. Quick Resume is another feature that we could be hearing about at the June event. Quick Resume allows us to run multiple games in the background and as a result gives you the ability to jump in and out of games almost instantly. This way you do not have to wait long for a game to load. Now I do expect to see some games and I do expect to see some gameplay. I do not expect to see any major shocking reveals in terms of games, but whatever games they do show, we can almost definitely expect some gameplay. After the backlash Xbox received in May for their lack of gameplay, going forward this will most certainly be a focus point for them. Now the gameplay that we do see, I believe, will be less about the game and more about how the console performs, and ultimately that is what I would like to see. And lastly is the Xbox Series S or Project Lockhart. Now this console has been rumored for quite some time now and speculation has been rampant on when we could possibly be seeing an announcement for this console. Now the rumor is that this console is supposed to be a cheaper alternative for the Xbox Series X and tackle a more casual fan base. Now this console could potentially have 4TB of graphic processing power. It will give you a full 1440p gaming experience at 60 frames, support ray tracing and have an SSD, and it will be diskless. Now if you look at this console performance wise, it seems to be on the same level as the Xbox One X, and that might not make a lot of sense for most people. After all, when you think next gen, you think of better or improved graphics, but the drawing power of this console console is not necessarily the teraflops or lack thereof, but instead the ray tracing support and the SSD storage, two features that will drastically improve your gaming experience at the level that the Xbox One X just simply will not. And not to mention that the Series S can play Xbox Series X games and our current generation consoles obviously cannot. Now I'm not sure if we will be seeing this console at the June event. I have been burned before by speculations, but there is always a possibility there. Now pricing for the Xbox Series X is another possibility, but I do not think we will be seeing that just yet. At this point I think Microsoft is playing the waiting game, and I do not believe that they will make any announcements on price until Sony does, and that is just to ensure that they are either on the same level or below Sony and PlayStation 5 when it comes to the actual price point. But June is shaping up to be very interesting, and I cannot wait to see everything that will be on offer for us. But on that note, this is where I'm going to end it. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, consider subscribing for more videos like this, and until next time, please remember to stay safe, wash your hands, don't touch your face, and I hope to see you again soon.